Hey friends, Dr. Murphy here, and we're going to experiment a little bit. We're going to make this a podcast, an audio, all right? I'm here with Bruce and Jen, two new friends here at City Park in Denver. This is a great place, by the way. You know, we've spent so many years here. I was born at St. Joe's Hospital, not way back in 1956. Grew up in Casper, Wyoming. But the emphasis of this particular podcast is that so many of us get caught in systems, and it's hell getting out of the system that have their own rules and regulations that do not help us, that actually make it harder for us. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get that. And I've seen so many people, young and old, and every age in between, get caught in the medical industrial complex, where they get so many goddamn tests that don't mean anything. They get caught in the psychiatric industrial complex, where by law, they have to take certain medicines. How batshit crazy is that? And these medicines do not help. Many times they hurt because they cause side effects. And all you have to do is hear the stories of how some of these medicines make people feel worse. But these regulators, these lawyers, these judges who have never been through this hell are passing judgment and rules on those that have to follow these things. I'll digress here to tell you the opioid epidemic is a classic example. So 20 years ago, we as physicians were taught to trust our patients. Believe them when they said they had pain. We treated pain as the fifth vital sign. And that's what we did. But then over the last 20 years or more, we have these regulators, lawyers, policy wonks, thinking they know what they're doing and passing these laws that make things worse. So now we have people not just dying from fentanyl, but fentanyl laced with the medicines for big animals, and they're getting these incredible infections that we never saw 15, 20 years ago. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The regulations are just making it worse. And they're all determined by people who have not lived the life. They haven't been out on the streets. They haven't had problems with drug addiction or whatever. Yet they're trying to solve these problems, only making it worse. So I see a lot of this in people who get stuck in rehab centers. Seriously, whether it's from drugs or alcohol, it doesn't matter. People get stuck having to show up for rehab, and really all they need to do is be out free, talking with others who have dealt with similar difficulties or traumas or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the AA model. AA about any kind of thing. You get the professionals out of the way, and you have these wonderful communities, families, that support each other, and that's so much more healing. All right.
Agree.
Thanks.